Welcome aboard Rocket Ship, the platform with the most relevant content for competitive examinations. Today again, we will take up a question in General Studies Paper 1 for Civil Services Mains Examination and discuss it. So, let us begin with the question, that is, discuss the points on which Gandhi ji and Nehru ji had their differences. Now, this is a quintessential question. What we mean that this is the kind of those evergreen questions which are always expected. UPSC has already asked the differences that Gandhi ji had with, say, Gurudev Rabindranath Tagore, Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose, and Baba Sahib Ambedkar. So it is well expected that someday they will ask what differences Gandhi ji and Nehru ji had between them. Anyway, how do we introduce our answer? We can begin by saying that Nehru ji was considered one of the primary proteges, was a protege of Gandhi ji. Nehru ji was a disciple, a trainee of Gandhi ji, or you could say that Gandhi ji was Nehru ji's political guru. So, despite this, they had their fundamental differences on various points. So, what were the points on which they differed? As we can see, the adjoining graphic introduces some of those points and we will read it one by one. The first point on which Gandhi ji and Nehru ji had their differences was the role of spirituality in politics. We certainly know that Gandhi ji was for the role of spirituality in politics. In fact, he considered spirituality central to politics. On the other hand, Nehru ji was opposed to any role for spirituality in politics. Then comes the economic thought. We must have heard this term, trusteeship. So Gandhi ji was for trusteeship capitalism, whereas Nehru ji was for socialistic mode of economy. Then comes their views on modern technology. Gandhi ji was opposed to modern technology, especially mechanization, which would lead to replacement of labor, while Nehru ji was for mechanization. Then they approached towards fascism. As is typical to Gandhi ji thought that fascists could be dissuaded by moral persuasion, while Nehru ji knew that we would have to adopt military means to deter the fascists, while both of them were stridently opposed to fascism. Then comes their views towards revolutionaries. We know that Gandhi ji mostly disapproved of the methods of the revolutionaries like Bhagat Singh and others. He considered their violent methods not suitable to India's political culture as well as harmful in the long run, while Nehru ji, despite differing with their methods, was admiring to the revolutionaries. We will discuss these points one by one and in detail. Coming to the role of spirituality in politics. The role of spirituality in politics. Gandhi ji considered spirituality to be Gandhi ji considered that spirituality had a central role in politics. Without spirituality, politics would turn into a pursuit of private power and become a monstrosity. While Nehru ji considered that spirituality had no role in politics, and in fact he was inspired by the French model of Lesseps. He was inspired by the French model of Lesseps, which has spirituality having no role in statecraft or politics. So on these 2 points, they had these two different approaches as far as spirituality in politics is concerned. Then comes their economic thought. Gandhi ji and Nehru ji's economic thought. We know that Gandhi ji was for trusteeship capitalism. What it means that he said that capitalists had a role in the national economy, but they had to behave like trusteeship of the society's wealth, and in the end their wealth had to be used for the benefit of the society. while Nehru ji was for socialism, and he considered that it is the state, as we know this phrase, state to occupy the commanding heights. State was to occupy the commanding heights of the economy. So Nehru ji was for socialistic pattern of economy. Then comes their views about modern technology. Gandhi ji considered labor in Gandhi ji considered labor substituting machines dehumanizing, perhaps inspired by his ideas like John Ruskin and Tolstoy. Gandhiji considered that the modern machine was dehumanizing in essence because it would lead to the replacement of labor and ultimately cause much misery to the laborer, to the workers. On the other hand, Nehruji was for rapid industrialization. As we know, this was the objective of the second plan. Second 5-year plan had set the objective of rapid industrialization. So we can say that Nehruji supported mechanization or the use of machines in the economy. Then comes their approach towards fascism. Gandhiji was for morals. Gandhiji was for moral suasion to make the fascists change their ways. We know that Gandhiji had communicated with Hitler about his mistreatment of Jews and also tried to persuade to ditch his aggression and all. On the other hand, Nehruji was more practical and knew that only with military means the fascists could be deterred. So their approaches towards fascism were inherently different from each other. Then comes their views towards revolutionaries. Gandhiji was in principle opposed to violence as a tactic and disapproved of revolutionaries like Bhagat Singh and others. On the other hand, Nehru, while he might had his differences with the means adopted by the revolutionaries, he admired their courage. Nevertheless. So, but how do we sum up this point? Actually, these type of questions are a trap. You cannot end these questions leaving with the differences of the two personalities. You must say in the end that despite their differences, they agreed to each other points. They devised ways to work with each other. So, how do we sum up? We can sum up by saying that despite Nehruji and Gandhiji having their differences, Nehru always respected Gandhiji and Nehru deferred to the views of Gandhiji. As we can see that even while Nehruji had his differences, for an example, in the economic structure that India would have adopted, he nevertheless allowed capitalists in the new economy. Also, we know that Indian mode of secularism is permissive to spirituality. Unlike in France, we still permit spirituality. So in these two ways or more, Nehruji had tried to include Gandhiji's ideas into his eventual rulemaking, into his eventual governance. So this is how we sum up our question. And before we end, we have a point to share with you. Actually, Rocket Ship is conceived as an interactive platform. What we specifically means that it's not like we will have a one-way communication where only we speak to you and you do not contribute your points, opinion, etc. What you have to do whenever we give you a model answer, please try to add to it through the things that you study elsewhere, and try to enrich the answer that we give here. This is all for today. We wish you all the best. Thank you.